Hello, Giant Tank 1400 here, and this is the review of the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon show. The show was unfortunately cut short at 2 seasons. As I think when I did some research on this, it should have been 5 seasons. That was the original plan. But because Disney bought out Spider-Man, they ended it at 2 seasons. And the 2 seasons was really just one big season in all reality because Season 1 and Season 2 had so much plot lines that were intertwined. They had the whole Venom plot line, they had Green Goblin, they had Tombstone. They had so much stuff going on that it was really just one big season and not 2 seasons. Season 1 really ended when Season 2 ended, in my opinion. That being said, the 2 seasons we did get, or the one big season we got, was done very well. Even though it was episodic, the show kind of had different plot lines running in different episodes. And it never felt episodic, even though it kind of was. But on the other hand, if you want an episodic show, this show was definitely not right for you because each plot carried on to other episodes and everything like that. So it was really like a lot of plot going on and a lot of stories threading through each episode, but each episode had its own plot within that. And I thought that was done very well. And I thought a lot of the character plots were done very well. Liz in particular, she's my favorite character. She's a very interesting character in this story, more interesting than a lot of the other characters. Flash was actually done pretty good. You kind of see his character growth in this show as well. And kind of the list goes on and on. I mean, there were some duds, like Gwen unfortunately was not a good character. I might make a video on that, but I really don't like making negative reviews anymore. Put it in the comments if you actually want to hear my thoughts on this version of Gwen Stacy in the Spectacular Spider-Man. Another thing I thought this show did well was show the vacuum of when he actually captured Tombstone. Show the vacuum in the underworld, in the black market, and the crime and everything like that. That there had to be some leader to actually fill that vacuum, if you will. And that's kind of the way it is in real life. If there's ever a power vacuum, then someone will actually come and fill it. Another thing this show had was a lot of fight scenes. Now, the fight scenes were done pretty good overall. None of them were really that memorable because none of them actually had like the emotion of the fight within it. Besides like Spider-Man's fight with Eddie, that actually had some really emotion behind it. Besides that, the fights were kind of just forgettable. They kind of looked cool, some of them. The Sandman fight when he was extra large was pretty interesting. It was interesting seeing like Spider-Man try to attack a beach, if you will. I'm pretty sure he even used that line in that episode. That all being said, I do think the biggest drawback of this show is that some of the fights take too long for kind of no reason. They kind of just pad out some of the episodes. But other than that, the show is amazing and particularly how the plot threads intertwine and the character arcs intertwine within the episodes and everything like that, and they carry on to like the next episode, and even like 5 episodes down the road, another character that hasn't been in the show for a while will show up and do something that's interesting, that they get some character development, or you continue with that plot thread, if you will. So the show does that stuff really well. It does, like I said, some of the fight scenes drag on a little bit too long. They just pad out the episode, where they could have put some more interesting fight scenes. I mean, not interesting fight scenes, but interesting character interaction within the episode instead. Overall, though, this is a great show. And if you enjoy like action cartoons and some just like high school drama, if you will, because that's kind of like what happens with Peter and Gwen and Liz's like love triangle, if you will. If you kind of enjoy that kind of stuff, particularly with interesting plot threads and interesting character growth throughout like a show, throughout a series, you're going to like this show. Even if you don't like Spider-Man, I would recommend, if you like those things, if you like action, if you like series long plot threads and intertwining plot threads within episodes, you're going to really like this show. It's really enjoyable. However, if you want something that's more episodic, that's really strict episodic, that characters don't really develop between episodes, like, you're not going to like this show. If you don't like fight scenes, you're probably not going to enjoy a lot of the show. You still might enjoy some of it. All the character interactions and that kind of stuff is done interestingly. And the way they do certain episodes, there's an artistic flair, if you will. They do it some of the episodes they do very differently, particularly later on in season 2. And I might talk about those individually because they're interesting. But to give you an example, there's that one episode with the play where they have the people that are auditioning for the play give like a few lines. And those lines either have something to do with the character themselves or has something to do with the plot that's going on, that Spider-Man's actually fighting someone during that episode. Overall, great series, and I wish it would have continued, but it didn't because of Disney being Disney. I do actually highly recommend this series. It was really enjoyable to watch it. And watch it a few times. So that's kind of what I do when I do these reviews. I watch shows at least twice, a lot of times 3 or 4 times. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Bye.